And game start. Let's get started. All right. So, we have on power Chaos Initiative. So, taking it from the southern side of the map.
Where are we all spawning? Where are they spawning in, Jeremy?
Well,
are they going to be taking off from the highway strips?
Yeah, they will be. Yes.
What's the economy looking like at this stage?
So
is it low money start?
Yeah, so low money start. The people are going to be starting off with crickets, and potentially a compass if they want to fork out the money for it immediately. So right off the bat, we've got Pointless Dude flying off in their extremely white compass livery. What does that say on the side? Say there, Boscali Navy Krakens. High effort skin there, everyone.
They also just took off across the grass and through between the buildings.
And the game is away.
So we've got some of the Krakens taking off from K92 Highway Strip and some of the Krakens taking off from South Boscali General Aviation, but immediately coming under fire from the convoy on the main bridge. So we've got JS doing a linchpin run, as well as Offrey doing a linchpin run on this Pala convoy.
We have another full set of linchpins on the left-footed Sultan heading into attack this convoy, which is already under massive fire.
Test Me 625 is the first in the air from Dust Bowl Highway Strip. And
another set of linchpins. So linchpin loadout, very common at the start of the game.
We've got air-to-air combat now between God's Toughest Drunk Driver and Pointless Dude, and Pointless Dude wins. So first blood goes to Pointless Dude, although he has taken heavy damage, and I think he's out of the fight unless he can glide far enough to engage Lazarus.
I think he wants to fire off those linchpins, though. He's heading towards the island, and I'd say that shard ahead of him is his target. Oh, splash. He's traded, so that's a 2-for-1.
Look at this. We already have anti-ship missiles being launched by the Pala Dynamo class destroyer.
Crikey, that is quick. A beautifully white cricket, pristine, flying towards Dust Bowl. Just chucked a couple of IRMs at test me, I believe.
There's a bit of a skirmish now. Skirmish now in the Dust Bowl area between N Barrack and two of the Pala players.
All right.
Oh, we've also got a sneaky attack by the left-footed Sultan down the east side of the map, attacking a radar site with some glide bombs.
Oh, so the cricket trades with another cricket. Drunk Driver taking off in totally black cricket. The 42 linchpin loadout, I imagine, going for this convoy, which at the start of the game is really important to take out the small units to gather up your economy to hopefully afford bigger planes later on.
So left-footed Sultan is returning to base after doing a strike down the east side of the map. Looks like he's successfully taken out one of the SAMs as well. Right there.
All right.
Ragu Naka's putting pressure on the convoys with linchpins. And then returning to base. So returning to base is going to be really crucial now, in contrast to last NOCS. Saving your airframe for next sortie is really important.
Oh, man. Yeah, last NOCS was just a bloodbath. It was just fly your airframe in, try to break as many things as possible, and then crash. And then spawn in another one. But this time, yeah, you can really bleed your finances dry if you're not careful about your airframes.
From the Boscali Krakens, we have Pointless Dude at just south of South Boscali, on the south side of the bridge.
Popping off IRMs at Invictus. Invictus dodging with flares.
And returning with linchpins, which missed.
Who fired an optical at me?
Well, Pointless Dude loses a part.
but still flying. Offrey making a run for the shard.
We've got a dogfight happening just north of Dust Bowl. We've got Ragu Naga and God's Toughest Drunk Driver. But it seems that they are not keen on continuing that, and they're just turning their separate ways.
Both a bit scared of each other.
Test Me is attacking the mobile air defense just to the north of Dust Bowl.
How did Offrey go on that shard? Oh, big hits on the shard. And it's already starting to list.
Pointless Dude is still surviving. Still surviving north of Agripol Air Base.
Big shots towards whoever this guy is. Or
this is JS firing on Vigil K with linchpins. Doing a bit of damage, a lot of damage. Fuel tank, tractor, munitions truck, line break.
That's huge. This island is so important to the survival of Pala. As these ships come in, there's a small window of opportunity where SPGA has to attack that island. Big skirmish happening in Dust Bowl. All right. It's a one-on-one and Barrack versus Home Run. IRAMs at the start. I'd like to see some guns come out, and we might get that. Let's have a look. Guns out the front. Yeah, that's a 2-on-1. Can't win that. A round of cruise missiles coming out from the Boscalan destroyer. Super important to keep this refueled with ammo. Offrey is set on that island. He knows how important it is. Now, SPGA is super hard to hold as a strategic point throughout the game. You lose it pretty quickly. So, just like Dust Bowl is hard to hold if you're Pala, SPGA is very hard to hold.
We've just had Muffin join the game after a bit of a technical hiccup there. It seems like the extra player count wasn't properly applied. So, that is a late join for Muffin, which is going to be a slight disadvantage for Chaos.
See if they can pick that up. A couple of Pablos coming in. Oh, this one looks like it's aimed at the revetments, perhaps. Oh, that's big. That's really big. No more aircraft from SPJ. Oh, sorry, Dust Bowl, left-footed Sultan. So, now that Boscali has sort of crippled that part of the map, now it's crucial to see how long they can hold on to SPGA for as these ships come in. Although, it seems like they've formed up a bit of a blockade here. Hopefully, with the aim to protect the island a bit better. But Offrey's going after them. 28 linchpins. The bane of shards. Oh, maybe the shard's the bane of him. Dead. But let's see what happens. He still launched about 10 of these things. Man, look at the firepower coming out from that fleet.
That shard's going to be in trouble if they can't shoot down all of those linchpins, which is going to be a big ask.
It did it. They're all dead. That's crazy. So they've opted to put their fleet out there and leave the island exposed. We'll see if that pays off. Although you can take off from the carrier, there are some important assets over here, such as Stratolances. JS seems to have taken a good hit, or taken a good shot at Invictus, rather, who then goes down. More cricket skirmishing. You love to see it. Best aircraft, by the way. Test Me going with the guns.
A little bit of a cricket furball developing here.
This is always fun to watch. I love the scrappy matches at the start of the game. You can really tell who's who. It's like Dark versus Light here. Sith versus Jedi. Oh, although they may have outmaneuvered, or bonk. Rapid disassembly.
That's a stall.
Oh, okay. Can 2 crickets beat 1 compass? Find out in the next episode of Nuclear Option. Oh, he cut him in half with his wing. Oh my goodness. What a kill, Rakunaga. With those super sharp wings. Okay, Muffin. He's in the game now. He's here to tear up. He's got his linchpins. Let's see what he can do to this base. And they're away. And that's not a whole lot. It's alright. We'll get him next time, Muffin.
Just a bit of collateral damage there. Nothing
Yeah,
to worry
just
about.
sprayed 14 linchpins into the high-rise buildings. No worries. Wow, that cricket got ganked by 2 compasses. That's not nice, guys. Alright, God's toughest drunk driver is doing a big flank, although, oh, okay, he's just trying to get away from that shard, which he may have hit with something. We must have missed it. This improved fire rate on the shard makes it more difficult to just fire at it in linchpin. It's a bit more unpredictable. But yeah, it looks like it's cooked. And so is he.
I think that shard might stay afloat for a little while.
You reckon? Offery, with an extremely brave move, is just sending it straight towards the island in a cricket.
Below 20 meters, undetectable to radar.
Well, kind of looks like they've seen him. He's got 4 AGM 68s. These are big boys. If even one of these hits that shard, it's gonna be dead. You might even snap it in half. Let's have a look.
Very bold move. Expensive in terms of time as well.
1,
it takes
2.
a while to get out there in the cricket.
None. Oh, yeah. Expensive. He'll be sad that didn't happen. I reckon next time he might want to take a couple of linchpins and the AGM 68s. Oh, what's happening rest of the map? JS is trying to keep the convoy coming across that bridge from reaching SPGA. That convoy is really difficult to stop. It just is kind of relentless, and combined with the air pressure, SPGA just gets whittled down, and so does its citizens apparently, thanks to Muffin. Mass casualties in the city. Look at that. Look at that. It's impressive engineering.
All right, let's maybe yeah, get those obvious bugs off the screen.
The Pablo loadout. This one's good against buildings. Although he's going for these spearheads. Another addition to the game. It's got this laser on the head. Which I don't know how effective it is against Pablo's. These glide bombs. Probably not at all. I think we're about to find out. Yep. Not at all.
Glide bombs are pretty low visibility, so they don't get detected until very late.
First chicane out on the map. Thanks, Offery. And thanks for telling us what it is on the side.
Good to see a chicane. I like to see a chicane used well.
I wouldn't have known what it is unless he told me. Yeah.
It's these contested small air bases where chicanes really shine. They just have huge stopping power against convoys.
Bang. All right, a bit of skirmish happening very high up. It's sort of the first altitude scrap we've had so far. IR's flying in. He's gonna run out of flares soon. He's gonna have to notch these missiles coming in as well. He's got some radars.
Bold play by Muffin.
Rakunaga is hot in pursuit. And is he gonna get him? No, flared off. But being being chased quite closely. Oh, they're like on top of each other. It's hard to tell where they are. They're oh, that's close. Can he line them up? Oh, so the missile. Outmaneuvered. Switch to guns. Oh, no, it was a maneuver
That was
kill.
a bit too close range for a scythe, but the maneuver did it in the end.
Yeah, well played. Forced him into the ground. And with the Medusa support. Mitch, what do you reckon the Medusa has changed about the game since the last NOCS?
It's hard to say because the Medusa did play a large role in the last NOCS as well. I think that we had several laser interceptions of nukes, even nukes on the ground. I think we're going to see more of that in this game, or at least in this NOCS, if not this game.
Oh.
The Medusa is going to be super critical for taking out ships as well.
What a hit from Test Me. Just took out several air defenses. Yeah, SPGA is on its last legs.
It's crippled. Yes, there's not much left of it.
But on the same token, nothing left of Dust Bowl. So it's a sort of like
even trade so far.
It's like a clockwise rotation, but yeah, it looks like Buscali might be capitalizing on this a bit better. I would have expected to see SPGA go down by now. Off-Risk Chicane is now coming under fire. Oh, that's a pilot kill. Straight down. Yeah. Well played by Lazarus. Team leader with Lazarus.
It's hard to hold your own in a chicane against compasses.
Unless they fly right at you. Ooh. That made me flinch a little. Lazarus taking down JS as well, so that pressure is starting to heat up again. So it's a bit of like a clockwise rotation that sort of happens, where Pala sort of creeps up the left-hand side and BDF
What's
sort
going
of
on
goes
to the
down
north?
right.
What's going on at North Buscali? We have some action up there at North Buscali. We have got Toughest Drunk Driver just shot down by
On a Revoker.
Horny's dude at North Buscali. So I'm wondering what the objective that was there. Was he trying to take out some defenses? It's too early to be nuking, so yeah. Very interesting.
Nukes are expensive. More linchpins. More mass civilian casualties incoming. Oh, saved. So it looks like the BDF have opted to put their destroyer right on its own out in the middle. Potentially a mistake. Mitch, what do you reckon about?
Destroyers are vulnerable to attack from behind cover. So if you can pop up from behind some mountains within a few kilometers of a destroyer, you can deal a lot of damage without being able to react.
Particularly in a dark reach.
Yeah, that's the danger there. Even in a Revoker, to be honest, if you take 6 AGM-68s, you could get critical hits on a destroyer from that range.
God's Toughest Drunk Driver, flying in a Revoker again. He's got augers, Mitch.
Okay, so that's the strat. He's trying to take out the hardened shelters at North Buscali.
Okay. And if there's no hardened shelters at North Buscali, where's the closest takeoff?
I think that's going to force the Krakens back to Port Maris if they can't take off from North Buscali, and it's going to severely hamper their attempts to do damage at Vigil K.
Big hits from the cricket. Muffin, huge hits.
Snapped that shard straight in half.
And that shard snapped him in half. But he's out. Off-Risk Chicane, vigilantly holding this bridge. And Pala would do really well to put some squeeze on this SPGA at the moment. And I'd like to see them use these shards. They're just sort of sitting off and not doing anything at the moment. And I haven't heard anything from their destroyer. Might be out of ammo. So I wonder when we'll see the tarantulas come out and start rearming these things.
Since there's no AI in this game, it's going to be up to the players to do that.
God's toughest drunk driver with his augers. And looks like 2 MMRs. We'll see if he can complete his MO.
No element of surprise this time.
Everyone's after him.
Yeah.
Offrey might even want to be jamming him. Let's see. No radome on the Medusa. Oh, didn't even catch that. He's just dead. Pointless dude in the compass with an MMR.
Well, that was an expensive use of time and resources.
Yeah.
In what ultimately failed to take out any hangers.
Okay, here's another round of cruise missiles being popped off from the destroyer. And most of them are headed toward SPGA.
It's like they're going to be picking off individual vehicles there mostly.
Two Medusas in the air. Yeah, so these things are a menace. So it's very hard to target anything when you're being constantly jammed. Bit surprised that I'm not seeing a radome on this one.
Offrey has 6 ARAD missiles, which are anti-radiation missiles, very good for taking out shards, but also other radar installations like radar trucks for a SAM site.
Seems to be jamming some of these Stratolances that are coming in. Oh, close misses there. He might want to change his trajectory, although he's just fired off his anti-radars. Where are these guys headed? Now to defend these, he's going to want to...
It's at the radar truck. Yeah, he may have fired all of them at the same radar truck. We'll see. Just to make sure they get through.
Bang. And that takes out of action all 3 of these. Is that right, Mitch?
Yep. These are unable to operate unless a tarantula drops a radar truck in their midst.
Yeah, that would be huge. Not having those is just a huge pressure relieved on the side of BDF. So how are we looking? Looks like BDF is getting close to doubling the score of Primeval. With more funds in the bank. And in terms of losses, Boscali has lost 35 aircraft, and Primeval has lost also 35 aircraft. So maybe Boscali having a more effective use or cost efficient use of their airframes. All right, another huge cruise missile swarm coming in. So good to keep these coming. They just put so much pressure on the map. This shard's doing the best it can to take some of them out. Although
you're not going to have much success against low-flying cruise missiles with radar.
Particularly if your radar's just been knocked out by Offrey. So this is really well timed. See what happens here. Hit.
There's a lot of spags still at Vigil K, so those are a real hindrance to cruise missiles.
Looks like more cruise missiles coming in from here.
That's Agripol Air Base taking fire.
Oh, some factories going down even. Lots of jamming happening at this point. God's toughest drunk driver jamming 4 targets because he's got 4 jamming pods.
He's not going to be able to keep that up indefinitely, but he will be able to keep it up consistently, I would say.
It's amazing how much space that a Medusa with a radome can make for your team. But it does sort of take one whole pilot out of the equation. If you think it's worth it, though, which in this case it looks like it is. Lazarus trying shots at the enemy Medusa. Left-footed Sultan. Whoa, that was a close shot.
But trying to hide under the radar is just not viable anymore if you have a player on your team. Or if there's a player on the other side that has Medusa with radome, they're going to be able to spot you even down to 5 meters above ground level.
I was lining him up. He's got no... Okay, he's only got guns left. Oh, saved. Who shot him there? Pointless dude. Coming in with the save in the compass. Test me's going to have a crack, though. Yeah, I wonder what these shards are doing. It's all spread around the coast.
I think they might be hoarding the shards to use them as picket ships for their carrier.
Okay. But their carrier? What do you reckon the advantage of it being so far away is?
Having a place still after the lane is nuked.
Very defensive strategy.
Very, very defensive. Alright. Amazing SPGA still stands. I struggle to even pull this off in my bot lobbies. But these guys have valiantly held it. Alright, and Barrack. Oh, being torn apart. Trades with home run. Alright. And Dust Bowl has been captured. So what's happened now is that both of the small airstrips belong to Boscali, and the pressure is going to be really squeezed onto Sandrift next, I think.
Yeah, Boscali's next objective should definitely be Sandrift on the east. So they're going to be probably directing their convoys towards the eastern side of the map. They should be if that's their aim.
Speaking of convoys, I haven't seen anyone purchase any yet, which is a new feature that's just been added.
Yeah, the money's pretty tight. No one's flying the high tier aircraft yet besides Medusa.
Haven't seen an Ifrit come out. Maybe that's just part of these guys' MOs. We save money and buy revokers instead.
Well, the revoker can do much of what an Ifrit can for half the price.
Yeah. Or Shredder spraying linchpins into military and civilian structures alike. Crikey, this is looking like a hellscape. So helipad is down. Vehicle depot is down. There's one helipad left. This is what I expected about 15 minutes ago. Now Pala can move in a vehicle and rebuild the area. Okay, some more high altitude skirmishes happening here. It's very, very hard to shoot down a Medusa because of their defensive capabilities. However, can't dodge a bullet.
This is pretty close to being Boscali's space program, I think.
Oh. That was sick. Down he goes. Fireball across the sky. JS, good kill. God's toughest drunk driver is like, I've still got a wing. I've still got a radome.
He's going to be jamming all the way down.
All the way down. Jam, 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 jam. First tarantula. Test me's in the tarantula. What's he got? He's got the cannon.
So how are we going to see tarantulas survive in such contested airspace?
Well, yes.
It's not looking good.
Yep. Right, moving on. Left-footed Sultan. Flying with the ARADs. So this strategy, which is just fired off, you fire your ARADs at the shard and you jam it on the way so that it can't shoot them down. And these things
Very little it can do to stop them.
These things are powerful. I think this should just cut it in half. Let's have a look. Oh, a miss? They're not very accurate. Is that right, Mitch?
The problem is they don't have much maneuverability.
Okay.
So if they're not fired exactly on target and they're very close, they may not have enough time to adjust.
That's decent damage. So it's got no C-Wiz anymore.
They're not as powerful as AGM-68s, but they do have a bit of splash damage still.
There's one purple vehicle in here being stubborn. This guy's just hiding. He's like, nah, I'm done. And Barrack in the chicane, trying to get a sink his teeth into this convoy. Best chicanes are convoy killers. That's how you stop them in their tracks. Okay, pointless dude, inner revoker, MMRs. Looks like he's had enough of this jamming. Guy's toughest drunk driver. Up in the air. He's gonna do his thing again.
How many points is drunk driver getting from this? Check the scoreboard here.
Yeah, by far the highest on it. Oh, not by far. Sorry, just beating Test Me. So a lot of his points will just be from scouting and blocking missiles. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. So you'll get points now for updating unit positions on DataLink, which is something that the Medusa is exceptionally good at doing because it can triangulate radar sources.
Some linchpin hits onto the destroyer. Mitch, how good are linchpins against a destroyer?
Well, you can take out individual weapon emplacements. As you can see, the S3 launcher at the front of the destroyer has been taken out. But you're not very likely to do structural damage with linchpins.
Sure. Yeah, so...
It looks like one of the close-in weapon systems and one S3 launcher are down now. But still plenty of damage that destroyer can dish out.
Yeah, you won't sink him with linchpins, but you might make him easier to sink. Still, those devastating volleys of cruise missiles still going to be shipped out. I wonder if they parked their destroyer right behind the island to make it easier to rearm.
Possible. It's a well-defended spot.
And just a hop, skip, and a jump, and you're there in a tarantula.
Yeah, if anyone's brave enough to try tarantula again after what we saw last time.
Well, speak of the devil, and Barrack, with a naval supply container, he's on his way to resupply the dynamo. He knows how much pressure this puts on the map. Speaking of pressure, looks like Pala has pushed back on the left side of the map and is slowly starting to regain ground. But is it enough? All right. Lazarus sights away at Offery. Jammed. Weapon. Weapon. Thanks.
Yes, I think someone's attacked these aircraft with a label maker.
Yeah. Spray and pray. He's only got 170 shots left. Bring him down. Oh.
I think Jeremy's going for the underdog now. It does seem that the Does seem like chaos chaos is down a little bit, and it'll be interesting to see if they can claw their way back from this significant disadvantage they're sitting at right now.
Yeah, well, first Ifrit's out. We talked about why you might use a Revoker. Oh, little nuke going off in the back there. Why might you use a Revoker? Why might you use an Ifrit over a Revoker, with it being almost twice as expensive?
Well, it can carry twice as much. So if you're hoping to sustain pressure, and Ifrit's a good way to do that over a long period of time, you're not going to run out of missiles nearly as quickly.
So he's got the glide bombs. Oh no, these are just dumb guided bombs.
No,
hey,
these are glide bombs.
These are glide bombs. Okay. Yeah, off they go. And he's after this small convoy. Bang, bang. Trying to protect this from getting captured. Yeah. Okay, and Barrack. About to drop his... Ooh. I can attest to this being really hard to do. I always tend to blow up my own destroyer when I try this. So don't invite me to your NOCS team.
Flying backwards always a difficult feat.
Yeah. He's trying to catch up to this thing to drop a naval supply near it. He doesn't need to drop it on it, but it needs to be close enough for it to pick up. Come on. This is important to be the first rearm.
Better check what else is going on. We wouldn't want to miss the. Wouldn't want to miss the rest of the battle.
Offrey. Yep. Ifrit is still in the air. I don't know what armaments he's carrying. He's got no sights and nothing on the outside of his aircraft. I wonder if he's got nukes.
Nukes are still very expensive at this stage in the game, especially if you've just splashed all your cash on an Ifrit.
Okay. Shredder's popping off missiles at Rakunaga. Ooh, a bit of a skirmish happening down here. Oh, I don't really know what his plan was there. AGM 48s. Okay. So they want the rest of these. They've taken the radar, but it's not enough.
So, are we likely to see more cruise missile volleys from Boscali soon, do you think, Jerry?
Well, let's have a look. Well, he's dropped his naval supply containers, and it doesn't seem to be dead. Like, I usually leave my destroyers when I try to drop a naval supply container.
I think he may just be landing. It's a viable place to land. You can despawn on a destroyer after landing there.
Okay. Well, he's headed back to the carrier, maybe. Well, now that that's been rearmed,
nice.
Some more pressure will be put onto the map.
Destroyers take a little while to designate their targets. It's about 10 seconds per missile. So it can take 5 to 10 minutes for a destroyer to queue up an entire salvo, depending on how many targets it has available, which is a lot in this case.
Pointless dude. Still in the compass. I wonder if they're broke. Or if they're just saving, maybe for nukes. Let's see. Pointless dude's got 15 mil in the bank. Yeah, that's only about enough for another compass, hey. Whereas Offrey is loaded. He could give his whole team money, really.
Which is something he might choose to do pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah, new feature. We can distribute the wealth. Offrey.
ARAD's taking out, yep. Taking out Vigil K installations. and also beyond. That's very long range. I don't think it has much chance.
Yeah, especially if these aren't being jammed, which they're not. No, they're both dead. Speaking of jammed, God's toughest driving driver. I'm sure BDF would be itching to deal with him at the moment. With the amount of targets he's jamming. Yeah, just very conservative in terms of funds. I guess they're playing the long game, saving for nukes. All right. Wonder if we'll see another volley from that Dynamo soon, now that it's been rearmed. Bit of a reprieve in the combat at the moment. That's a huge convoy coming down this road. I wonder if someone's purchased some of these.
I haven't seen any messages pop up.
No, me neither. Just been that inevitable tide that just gets launched from this cluster of buildings over here. That just makes SPGA such a difficult position to hold. Pointless Dude really, I think, wants the rest of those radar missiles. Sorry, Stratolance launches. Because they are still popping off a bit.
Yeah, but there's more dangerous things in that location. Oh, that's that radar truck there.
So, yep, they've replaced their radar.
Ah.
It's back online. We didn't even catch the deployment.
So that's okay. That's a big deal. So maybe they'd better focus their efforts in another part of the map.
Maybe. It's a very good play. Very good play by Chaos to resupply or to replace that radar truck.
ARAD's off. These are all being jammed, so this ARAD should smack pretty hard into anything that's being jammed. This might just hit this shard here. Bang. Yeah, big damage. I don't know if that's enough to sink it, but yeah. Kind of underrated, I reckon, using ARADs against ships. At least I don't tend to do it. Okay, Amelon that does everything. On the right side of the map, firing off 6 scythes at Lazarus. That
but none of them connect because he's too low.
too low.
Jeremy, should we crank up the game audio just a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Let me just... Game audio.
That is just a spider web of jamming happening right now.
No Dark Reaches coming out yet. Dark Reaches, I think, have received a bit of a buff with this patch. Indirectly. Just because in combination with a Medusa jamming, they can just drop enormous payloads on a destroyer or a carrier.
Yep, and with the Dark Reach being able to carry 72 250 kilogram bombs, that's just enough to saturate almost any conceivable target area.
Another linchpin run. Wow, still feels like the start of the game. Well, they are still effective against small targets. Maybe he's just looking to soften this southern base. Yeah, wow. Okay, he killed a Sam. And munition strike. Okay, so yeah, somewhat effective.
May have been better to concentrate that linchpin fire.
And a incredible suicide run into that into that munition strike. That
Talk
was
about blaze of glory, yeah.
back to the compass. And a full MMR loadout. Rakunaka in a Revoker. This is still pretty much the standard for them.
We can see that he's targeting a hardened aircraft shelter. So, what's the strat here? Is it a nuke? It's not an auger. So it must be a nuke. He hasn't got anything else that can effectively get through a hardened aircraft shelter. Yes. But there's just so much. There's so much radar anti-air still and spags. I don't see what his chances of success could be.
Well, one Sam is down. I mean, that's got to count for something, right? Invictus dueling with a compass. That is why you don't fly straight into a chicane. Oh, and that is why you don't fly a chicane above a certain altitude. Yeah, definitely pop-up attacks are the way to go with the chicane.
It's too
hard
when you get overwhelmed by chicanes.
Okay, it's a 250.
250 against the hardened aircraft shelter.
What are the chances of this surviving?
Well, it's being fired upon, and if Chaos has any sense, they're going to be shooting sides at it.
Yep. Yeah, got to maybe do a little bit more work to soften this base up. He's dropped another one. Lazarus has used all his scythes?
So it's a game of bait and switch.
Oh, yep. Okay. Both nukes down. It's a good effort.
Yep.
So, tell us about the difference between the 1.5 kilotons and the 250s in terms of dropping them.
Well, first of all, one of them is more than 100 times more powerful, but the disadvantage of the 250 kiloton nuke is that it needs to be deployed from high altitude, or at least medium altitude. It needs 16 seconds to arm, and if it hits the ground before arming, it'll fail.
Speaking of 250?
Yeah, that's the 250 kilotons.
We've got JS coming in very slowly with the 250 into spag fire.
This is crazy.
It may have slipped through. Oh no! The spag.
Yeah, the spag was always going to get that.
Not soft enough. Oh, I thought it might have slipped past.
It's just sitting right there for the spag to blow out of the sky. But yeah, back to nukes again. Where the 1.5 has a kiloton has its advantage is just the ability to lay it down low. With the parachute, you can drop it at almost any altitude and it'll survive landing. And it only has 8 seconds of delay, which gives the enemy less time to shoot it down. You can lay a 250 kiloton down on the ground, but if the impact is more than 200 Gs, it'll fail. So you need to be very, very careful about it.
Oh, they're splurging now. Ifrit. Calm down, guys. Don't spend all your money at once.
Full glide bomb loadout there.
Expensive aircraft, budget loadout. I reckon he might be after those spags. Soften that base up for another nuke drop.
One thing glide bombs can be effective at is taking out spags, because they don't get spotted until relatively late.
Test me is going for augers. What do you think about augers this late into the game?
Well, they're still one of the best ways to take out hardened shelters because they're harder to intercept. They're pretty tough. So getting hit by a spag, or getting hit by 30 mil, won't necessarily destroy a bomb.
Off goes an MMR. Flared off. Alright, there goes his second one. He hasn't got another one after this. Oh. See, part of flying fast in a revoker is that your afterburner is so hot it makes it hard to shake those IR missiles. So when you get fired on like that, you have to really quickly drop it down, and sometimes it's just too fast.
Yeah, it's difficult to escape when you're low on flares like that. There's not much you can do.
Low and slow. Another missile off. Bang. Splash. Muffin. Splashing pointless dude, but also drowning? Okay. So maybe worth it for for pointless dude there. Oh no, pointless dude was in the Ifrit. Okay, the ships are creeping up the center. They're very slowly moving them that way.
It's a pretty good place for Boscali to have ships, actually, as long as it's not being contested. Controlling the center of the map with ships is a pretty powerful play.
Not enough time to jam there.
Yeah, it can definitely be an overload, a bit of pilot overload, trying to jam targets actively and also defensively.
That's right, and an effective way to bring down a Medusa is just to fire one of each, and make your enemy panic a little bit. All right, bit of a dogfight here. I love it when I see the guns come out. I'm going for whoever uses their 20mm really.
Yeah, play of the game always goes to the dogfight, the the gun kill.
Ooh. Bit of a stall up there. He's lost a lot of energy. Can he bring it back?
Flat spin. It's a flat spin.
No. Well, no guns required, hey? Wonder what JS is covering.
When you're flying so slow, the tail hook automatically deploys.
14 MMRs on pointless, dude. He is sick of God's toughest drunk driver. He wants him out of the skies. MMRs are good against Medusa because they can't get jammed.
God's toughest drunk driver has now evaded 62 missiles in this sortie. But as a result, not a lot of offensive action happening on the side of on the side of Vigil K, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got two Revokers versus two Revokers. This will be interesting. Especially with a bit of Medusa support to back them up.
Okay, one of them's peeled off, trying to evade a scythe. Muffin has evaded another scythe. You can sort of tell when they've evaded one because they turn their afterburners back on. Oh, God's toughest drunk driver jamming a million targets. Oh, they hate this guy. They want him dead. But I wonder if anyone's carrying a nuke.
We just had a nuke failure on a 251G impact, which is pretty borderline. That almost would have succeeded.
Okay, he's got 250 kilotons left-footed Sultan.
Revoke
He
his
needs to
space
drop it
program.
soon though. Okay, bombs away. Hold your breath, everyone. That's 250 down. There's the other one. Oh, he's done it. Oh, that base. Bang! Hardened aircraft shelter's dead. I think entirely wiped out except for this guy who's just got hell behind him. Yeah, wow, well played there from Left-footed Sultan.
I think even the ships offshore may have taken some damage from that.
Really? Oh, yeah. Bit of smoke. Yeah, it blew off the Sea Whiz. Look at that. Well, these ships are just about to say hello to each other because they've knocked each other's front armament off. So all they can do is say hello.
We'll call it a draw.
ARADs are out on the shard. I think there's nothing this thing can do. Abandon ship, guys. Yeah. Wow, that's a huge win. Huge win for BDF, the Krakens.
So let's review the losses real quick.
Yeah.
How has that changed things?
So, Primeval on 84 aircraft losses. Boscali on 78. So that's actually pretty close still. It's only 6 more aircraft.
But look at buildings.
But buildings, yeah. That's twice the buildings. And the ships, okay. Primeval's lost less ships than Boscali. Interesting. So some work has been done on the fleet in the middle. But you got to ask yourself, what are these shards doing? Maybe covering the outside of the map, but I don't know.
You think they could be used more aggressively?
I think perhaps. I think what could have been very helpful is just immediately sending the fleet into SPGA and putting immediate pressure there. Because you remember how early that radar was taken out. Ooh. Alright, God's toughest drunk driver is now shot down or parried 88 missiles in this sortie.
And is at an altitude of almost 15 kilometers.
All right, so we've gone past the hour mark. At 2 hours, we are going to call it there, and whoever has the highest score then is going to be called the winner. Because
if we get to that stage, but this game is progressing rapidly, and I don't see any way that Chaos is going to be able to claw back the damage that's been done.
Well, unless they start playing a bit more aggressive, I haven't seen any attempts for nuke runs really, or I've just missed them.
We've got a Tarantula that's just spawned at South Boscali General Aviation. I think
we've also got a Dark Reach very high up, carrying 72 PAB 250s. Oh yeah, here goes another volley. That's huge.
So those two shards you were talking about now under fire from Predator. And yeah. Tarantula is, pretty effective at killing ships.
And I think an underrated aspect of the Tarantula fire is just the ability it is to drain all the ammo from the fleet. So this constant missiles being sent out to defend against these little shells, eventually there's no missiles left to shoot, and all you have is your cannon. But oh man, here we see what rearming your destroyer looks like. Just death. Alright, shells being popped off. Let's see if they can hit that Corvette. It's being simultaneously jammed by Drunk Driver. Oh, this is dead. Really nice coordinated attack here. And now we're going to see 76 shells. Bang, bang. Lovely. Well played there. Very diminished fleet now. Holy smokes.
So the Tarantula's very vulnerable against radar-guided missiles because it's difficult to get it low enough to be below the radar floor. And it doesn't have a radar jammer, so it can't evade them without being low. I'm curious, how is the Tarantula going to be used effectively with so many radar missile systems still active, and especially with Ifrits and Revokers firing active radar homing missiles?
Scary. Being locked onto by a scythe in this thing is it makes you panic.
Almost a death sentence unless you can get low real quick.
I wonder if any of these bombs are going to hit.
We've got a lot of missiles coming across the oh, these are bombs. Okay.
I think they've all missed, but
was it just a distraction?
I think that might have been like I'm dead, but you guys can have all my bombs anyway.
Well, made a pretty pattern in the desert.
You got him, guys. you got that mountain range. Love seeing the Tarantula in use. Shredder putting in some great work. Trying to take back some of the...
What I think about the Tarantula is it often just does work behind the scenes. And you don't notice it until it's too late, until it's done the damage. Either that or until it's accomplished a strategic goal, like resupplying a destroyer or putting a radar truck down in a sand battery.
Or draining the ammo from your destroyer and your carrier. So every single one of these shells gets targeted by a missile, and yeah, effective way to whittle down the defenses. Offrey with a nice bombing run onto a convoy here.
There's only so much you can do against a convoy with a revoker.
Alright. Pointless dude in the chicane. Doing I don't know. What might he be aiming for in here?
Well, the chicane can be good for just getting up really close to personal with some of those base defenses. Those defenses that might stop you can take them out with the chicane. And then that opens up the path to wipe out the rest of the base.
Like we saw that Spag earlier.
So if he's able to, if the opponent is able to get all of the spads and the bolt strikes from their base, it will be completely vulnerable to nuking.
Looks like Offrey is willing to sacrifice these few units for these clumpy units. He's just dropped a 250.
I think the friendlies will survive that.
Okay.
It's close. It's definitely danger close, but most of the vehicles in this game are pretty well armored. So what might kill a plane is survivable for a tank.
I'm holding my breath. Oh, yeah, that was a good call. That whole convoy was about to put pressure on the north side of the map. He's still got another one though, I think. Oh no, he's dropped both. Okay. Shredder in the Tarantula. Still. And okay, another 250 was launched, but I think failed in
Didn't make
impact.
it, yeah. Yeah.
Slightly
Just barely,
too,
though.
just barely.
It was a good attempt.
Yeah, so you almost have got to be like prepared to kiss the ground when you drop a 250 if you want to drop it close to the ground, or let it glide for a while. Pointless Dude has made it all the way to Agripol.
This is where it could really do some damage. The chicane carries a lot of linchpins, which are just excellent for taking out spags, and really any other type of ground vehicle except an MBT.
Oh, good shot. Well played. Yeah, get rid of that Sam, putting pressure on him. Now he's free to sort of wreak havoc. Okay, IRM off. On to test me.
It is still dangerous though. Like there's a lot of saturation here. Pilot overload is a real danger in a chicane, and when you have that many units surrounding you, it's very easy to get shot down.
Yeah. But he's gotten a fair bit. He got a bolt strike, an anvil. What else? A spag, another spag. That's really softened up this base, I think.
There's not much left to defend against nuking now.
Okay, Dark reaches out. Another 72 PAB 250 loadout. God's toughest drunk driver doesn't quite have the loadout or the altitude to deal with him. He'll just flare these off. Yep. Increasing his throttle back up. But on the same token, I think Drunk Driver's got a 250 that he'd like to maybe slow down a bit more for next time.
He's going to be attempting the same strategy as last time, which is always a risk. Everyone's alerted to that possibility now, so element of surprise is gone.
Nukes out. Okay, this one's been lobbed.
Very interesting. That's going to kill a lot of units if it connects. But on the other hand, does Boscali have any radar missiles? Because if they do, it's game over.
Oh,
for that nuke.
Yeah, that nuke unfortunately didn't make it. He'd be well off to go land and try to rearm, I suppose. There goes another one. Where is it? There it is. It's been lobbed as well.
If the first one didn't connect, what chance does the second have?
See, the problem is that God's toughest drunk driver is not in the air anymore, jamming at all your systems. I think he was maybe a bit underrated what he was doing earlier. Yeah, this spag and air defense is really proving a problem.
We've got another nuclear weapon launch. Where's the exclusion zone for this one?
Oh, it's not going to make it. And it might even be shot down. Yep.
Not even close. Oh, where's that explosion happened?
Where was that?
It was God's toughest drunk driver. He got it through to K92.
Oh, well played. Sorry, I missed that. Ooh. Must have learnt from his first mistake and really lowered his speed. It was close the first time. It was just a few G's over. All right. I'm impressed with Chaos Initiative. They've, even though they're currently on the back foot, they've turned. Oh, maybe don't speak too soon, but they even though they're on the back foot, they're getting more aggressive than the old compass and linchpin strategy I saw for a while there.
Yep. And we've had Shredder alive for quite a while now in the Tarantula, which is impressive too.
There go the AGMs. Yeah, they want Dust Bowl back. Oh, okay. Nukes again. This could be disastrous.
Yep. But remember, these can you still get shot down by sides?
Hold your breath. Oh, there it is. Left-footed Sultan, another huge kill. Wow. Mitch, do you think that was at an angle where the scythe couldn't hit?
Oh, it's hard to say. I don't think that is as much of a factor for. Like you can't really notch in a bomb. I can tell you. I can tell you straight away that it's not even. It's not even considered in the game code. Notching is specific to aircraft. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure. I think it was just difficult to.
It was coming straight down.
Yeah, yeah, it's just a difficult angle. Like the airbase itself didn't have any ability to intercept, and no one in the area had the had the weapons available.
Wow. Test Me is finishing off that very sad-looking Corvette on the coast over there.
Having some trouble though.
It was begging for mercy, so yeah, did it a favor there. So one last airbase. Chaos Initiative are going to have to get creative if they want to try pull this back. However,
they're going to need a lot of luck, like God's toughest drunk driver just had at K92.
That's right.
Luck and skill.
Yeah, luck you call it?
You can't discount that.
Amelon does everything. I don't know what's in his weapon bay. It could be a... Could be 250.
Yes. No sides left.
No sides. I can almost pinpoint the point where this sort of fell apart, and I think it was when Drunk Driver stopped swatting down every missile on the map, or jamming every aircraft as well. I don't think I realized just how much work he was putting in up there. We've got a 72 PAB 250 loadout. Now this is almost as good as a nuke. If
Rakunaga needs to get escorted. Like I think the Krakens need to sort out their escort strategy with Dark Reaches a little better.
That's true. They have got a Medusa jamming and a compass in the lead, so it's not particularly bad. There's a line breaker Sam there that's putting a bit of pressure on him. Okay, some of those PABs are gone.
All of those PABs are gone.
Actually, all of them are gone. Weapon. Oh, that's beautiful. Are they going anywhere, though? I don't exactly know what they're aiming at.
As they pick up speed, they will be able to glide slightly. So we'll see if that gets them the distance.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Trust the dev, guys. He knows what he's talking about.
So these are dropped from high altitude, which means they have a lot of energy to play with.
Oh boy.
As they get faster, they convert some of that energy into horizontal.
Ladies and gentlemen, this could be bad. 1. Hit. Hit. Oh, no. Hit. Oh, crikey.
That's an incredible amount of damage.
There's the Dark Reach buff for you. You can do that at any stage in the game if you have enough money. Don't need nukes for that. Oh, what's left? Hardened aircraft shelters. Okay. They can still spawn whatever they want.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before a nuke lands there.
But BDF at twice the score of Pala at the moment. Sultan topping the scoreboard with those 2 nuke runs. And Shredder topping his team with those tarantula bombardments. Yeah, quite impressive from both sides. But all it's going to take is one more decisive blow. We're going to see who pulls it off. Oh, get merged on. I think it tanked it though. Oh no, did not. Well, we lost something.
I guess the missile didn't quite have enough time to get exactly on target.
Well, he's getting the blue screen of death right now in his cockpit. Alright, nukes are out. 2 nukes are out. Left-footed Sultan. Going for the hat trick.
But they've got planes in the air, so they might be able to respond with sides.
Test Me has launched off an MMR. Is it going to find the bomb?
No, it's not going to hit anything.
Both bombs taken. Yeah. Look at the defensive effort from these guys at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 planes, all surrounding this airbase. Where's their 7th, I wonder?
Down southwest. Southwest Island.
No more rearm attempts at the destroyer. Amelin, that does everything. It's got 1 nuke in its compass. But yeah, it's just I think the Krakens are going to need to form up if they want to deliver the coup de grace here. PAB 250s on JS. Alright, nuke is out. Singular nuke. Again, optimistic. Is it worth using your nukes on...
It could just be an intimidation tactic.
In fact, this might take out a few of the bogies in the airspace.
It's like, do you bother even shooting that down if it's not over your airbase?
Oh, run. 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 Oh. Run. Okay.
He's going. Yeah, Shredder's going to get away, but everyone else is not so lucky.
Hey, I was a doubter, but it worked. God's toughest drunk driver. He wants to carry her. He's got 24 AGM-68s. Not much can stop this. Ooh. He was pre-flaring there. Off they go. Not much can stop this once they go off. Holy dooly, that's a lot of rockets. Dark Reach dead. Let's see if it's worth it.
He wanted revenge.
Oh, yes. That might just put it out of action. Meanwhile, the carrier, big damage. Oh, he's lucky to take off there. All right. We've got launches out of action. That one's still okay. I wouldn't be surprised if that thing started listing.
Yeah, it's taken a lot of hits.
Okay. All right, a bit of a... They're kind of grouping up here. I'd like to see... what they can do to form up and push through this heavy cluster of Chaos Initiative aircraft. Oh, man, that sound of that missile is so scary. Okay, MMR off towards Invictus. Flares it off. Guns. Oh, he scores a hit. Compass versus Ifrit. Ifrit's on fire. Okay. It's not over yet, though. You can still fly on one engine, but... I think he wants to get to his quarry at this point.
No one's interested in continuing that engagement.
Okay, augers. Maybe everyone's too broke for nukes again. Except, nope, augers again. Unless... Okay.
It's a good strategy. Going for the hard shelters. One auger, one hard shelter.
Drunk driver going again. Blood is in the water for that destroyer.
I don't think either of them will survive another one of those salvos.
Wow. But coming directly down is Rakunaga. He's got no missiles. Oh no, he's got 2 MMRs. He's going to want to pre-flare this off. Flares it off. 1 down. It's gonna have to be a gun kill, and I don't know if he's gonna make it. Oh no! Okay, there goes his other missile. Okay, he's getting through. Unless.
Revoker's just so much faster than the Dark Reach at this altitude.
Oh, only a fraction of his rockets get off. Three Ifrits in the air. Wonder if Amelon's got a cheeky nuke underneath. Pull some shenanigans last time, bring down half the Air Force. Offrey's had enough. He's doing to them what Drunk Driver did back. Circle and jam.
If BDF were to coordinate a massed nuke attack, I don't think there would be anything that... Yeah, I don't think there'd be anything that Chaos Initiative could do to stop them.
Yeah. But just the high volume of aircraft out in the front of their base makes it difficult to get through.
Yep.
That being said, Buscali has got a lot more money and could probably just whittle them down if they took good trades. So I wouldn't mind seeing a compass strategy pop up at the moment. Test me tanks a missile, but seems to be okay, just minor damage. It's getting merged on by left-footed Sultan. Oh, kisses the water there. both of them using their air brakes to try to get behind each other. Who stalls first? Oh, left-footed Sultan. Bring out the guns. That's a hit. Oh, beautiful maneuver there. And he goes down.
Yeah, you love to see a good scissors fight, especially between a Revoker and a Nifrit. It always comes down to pilot skill.
Well, like, this Dark Reach keeps getting through. The Destroyer's down. I'd like to see Krakens put a nail in the coffin here, but I don't know if they can. Another pair of augers. Oh, Dark Reach cut in half. But is it too late? Down goes Drunk Driver. We're going to see what happens with these AGMs. Oh, yes. Okay. So last time he was a lot closer. He was about where the AGMs are now, and then he let them loose. All of them intercepted. Augers are out. Mitch, do augers get intercepted by air defense?
Yep. They're vulnerable to radar missiles and, to a lesser degree, SPAGs. The problem is that they're traveling so quickly by the time they hit that usually SPAGs can't react that fast.
But an MMR can, perhaps? No?
So these... No. The heat seekers are going to do nothing against those bombs. They're going supersonic now, these bombs.
Oh, got the hanger. It just missed this one. Devastating for the Krakens, but that medium aircraft hangar means no more Dark Reaches. Is that right?
That's right. They will be down to Ifrits and Revokers.
This is your last Dark Reach, Drunk Driver. Make it count.
Even the Medusa, I believe, except for carriers, has no way to spawn.
So this match begs the question: is it worth keeping your carrier alive in favor of?
I don't think it is. It's just going to be a slower and more painful demise.
Half an hour left on the clock. BDF well in the lead. Here we go. Squeegee, what objectives will be left on the map at the moment?
The remaining factories at Agripol and their carrier, which they've hidden in the southwest.
So the factories at Agripol. Is it just these
further
ones?
south at the airbase?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then and then there's the Hyperion.
Oh, very interesting. We're seeing massed cruise missiles.
Wow.
In conjunction with whatever the Revoker behind is attacking with.
This cruise missile is going Mach 1 at the moment.
Yep. Temporarily.
Yeah.
It will be passing over that radar site, which does have some SAMs at it, so that will whittle down the cloud some.
Shredder might be doing the same. Oh, AGMs have been fired. This is the last run of the Dark Reach. And far out, that might have done it. Does that look like a killing blow?
No, it doesn't look like a structural kill to me.
Hmm.
I'm very interested to see what happens down south with the Parlor carrier, though, because that's going to be very vulnerable
Oh
to
no.
those cruise missiles.
Oh, they might not have an updated target location.
It's been moved, and they didn't know about it.
So these guys like they're hitting where the carrier was.
Very interesting. Okay.
Well, if your carrier was right here.
I may have misjudged them. Okay, well, this could really be the end.
Okay, no more aircraft from here. So what does that rule out? What can't take off anymore?
We've got no more revokers. Just looking at compasses and ifrits and crickets and medusas. So yeah, still have half of the complement available, but yeah. Oh, and chicane as well. Haven't seen chicanes for a little while.
Yeah, at this point it takes an hour to get across the map in a chicane. So I would be surprised.
I think the loss of the revoker is going to be the biggest hit here. Because it's such a cost-effective aircraft that, yeah, losing it's going to really put Chaos Initiative at even more of a disadvantage.
Yeah. So they have to use either expensive aircraft,
Ifrit, yeah,
or underpowered aircraft with the compass. Yeah, and there's the compasses. He's back in the air. All right, 2 nukes on the left-footed Sultan. This man loves his nukes. One of them is a guaranteed hit, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
unless the shards can intercept it. The just offshore.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That would be unfortunate. Oh, it's going to be close. Too late. Wow. All right. And the rest of the Krakens converging on the carrier.
I can see where those corvettes were going earlier. They've all been parked out the front of the enrichment plant.
Okay, so they might have thought that there was a valid strategy in rushing the enrichment plant to disable all nukes.
It might also be that they intended to rendezvous with the carrier there, and the shards just got ahead of it.
All right, this is going to be necessary, having a Medusa in the air, or 2 apparently, Amelon and Offery. 24 AGMs. He's pulling a drunk driver here.
That's certainly a loadout that could kill the carrier. If they can find it, that is. I'm still not convinced they know where the part of the carrier is.
Well, with the Medusa in the air, shouldn't they figure it out pretty quickly?
If the Medusa has line of sight, yes.
All right, these Pabs know where they're going.
Okay.
They know where they're going.
Yeah, they do.
But so does the carrier. Yeah, the carrier will be whittling them down.
Yeah, but the carrier's going to struggle to do that against the Dark Reaches.
It misses
AGM
though.
68s.
Yeah, see, this is why jamming is so helpful.
Mm.
Oh, there's a nuke out as well. Who fired this? We'll find out.
The ARADs are going to take out that the carrier's radar.
Oh, yep, they already have.
Radar dead. Are they going to see this nuclear bomb?
Going to clear that mountain.
What a long-range nuke shot.
Oh. Lazarus intercepting the nuke, saving the game there. Oh. Oh, why is the jamming stopped? The PAB 250s?
There's no more
they're
jamming
not going to
either.
clear the hill.
No.
The radar's destroyed.
Augur's out. How long?
The carrier's surviving on optical defenses only.
They're parking it behind this hill, which is very effective against cruise missiles, I suppose. And glide bombs.
What's the Dark Reach ETA?
Ooh, about 1 minute. Has this guy got any internal loadouts? JS? Oh, okay, he's used his PABs. Some augurs coming in here. This could just end the game. These things bury into the deck of the carrier.
Medusa's got lasers up.
Lased by Muffin.
Intercept.
Still having trouble. I'd say he's out of charge. Oh, there's the Sea Whiz though. They're not getting through that. Unless they believe. Oh, I think that was an augur. Perhaps. Missile launcher down. And a Sea Whiz.
There might be if the carrier has an internal fire. If the carrier's on fire internally, it's going to start cooking. It's going to start having detonations.
If the fire's big enough, it'll also start damaging aircraft taking off of it.
Also, aircraft taking off it are launching it directly into a mountain. Can they even make it over? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Okay, there's a million AGMs. What's getting through here?
Those AGMs are going to be supersonic all the way until impact.
Yeah, wow. Mach 1.3. Gets lased by the current 3 Medusas in the air. Oh, this poor carrier. Oh, hits. That Medusa's taking a hit. Couple more augurs inbound.
Oh, the magazine just detonated.
There's a cook-off. And it's splitting in half. It's a valiant defense, guys.
How long are aircraft going to continue to be able to launch from that carrier as it breaks up?
There's a cricket coming. Off goes the cricket. Oh, he caught fire on the way out. No. Oh, that is tragic. Augur's down. Chicane. All right, they're on onto the chicanes. We've gone full circle. So to be classified as dead, Mitch, what is the carrier? What state does the carrier need to be in? Because
the carrier needs to be either extremely damaged in the central part, or underwater, or capsized.
That might be difficult when it's beached like this in shallow water.
I think a nuke would do it.
Yes, a nuke would finish it off, but if they're just using conventional munitions, they'll just have to grind it into tiny pieces.
you don't reckon one of these 500s would do the job?
It's hard to say. This is an unusual situation.
It's got almost no defenses. Primeva. What are their funds?
The elevator is still operating, I think.
Test Me has $6 million. It's probably patiently awaiting the ability to purchase an aircraft. Home Run Donkey. Oh,
there's a second magazine.
Another cook-off.
That might have taken out the elevator.
That might be capsizing?
Yep, that is taking on water rapidly.
More augurs incoming.
That's it? Power Fleet carrier sunk? That's it. GG, guys. Krakens take it over Chaos Initiative. Well fought, though. Some good runs by Drunk Driver there to take out K92.